We live in an era obsessed with a shallow kind of perfection, where every flaw is hidden and every struggle is viewed as a total failure. A scratch on a car, a project that falls through, or an unexpected illness often feel like the ultimate enemies of our fragile human happiness today. We instinctively cry out and orst about our destiny, asking the universe, "Why me?" as if we were entitled to a life without any obstacles. But what if there was another way to see the world? What if these very fractures were not obstacles, but the essential materials of your being? Welcome to the profound art of Amor Fati, the ancient wisdom of loving your fate, and turning every adversity into the fuel for your inner growth. To love one's fate is to realize that nothing happens by mistake, and that every moment is a necessary stitch in the grand tapestry of life. Imagine a person sitting in the silence of the night, reflecting on the path they have walked, making peace with the shadows of their own journey. This is where the transformation begins, not in the avoidance of pain, but in the deliberate embrace of everything that has shaped our current existence today. Amor Fati asks us to stop fighting against the current of reality and to start dancing with the chaotic rhythm of the world we live in. It is the radical acceptance that every joy and every sorrow was destined to be yours, forming the unique signature of your very own soul. As we move forward, we must look back at the cracks in our soul, for they are the pathways through which wisdom finally enters our hearts. In the Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote that everything happens exactly as it should. We spend half our lives fighting ghosts of the past that remain. We hate the scars of old failures and resent the people who left us behind, seeing these events as stains on an otherwise perfect life plan. But look closer at those wounds. If it weren't for those deep cracks, how would the light of understanding ever find a way into your spirit? Amor Fati is not passive resignation. It is the absolute realization that your past is an inseparable part of the inner kingdom you rule today. We try to mend the broken pieces of our history with regret, forgetting that the breaking itself was a necessary part of our internal evolution's design. Every desert we have crossed and every storm we have endured has prepared us for the person we are destined to become in this moment. To let go of what could have been is the first step toward loving what is. We must burn the bridges to our false expectations. Your scars are not reminders of what you lost, but trophies of what you survived. They are the map of your journey through the fire. The river of time only flows in one direction. To fight it is to exhaust yourself. To love it is to find true peace. Accepting the past means accepting every mistake, every missed opportunity, and every heartbreak as a vital ingredient in the recipe of your current self. Stoic wisdom teaches us that our perception of the past is the only thing we truly control. We choose how to frame our story today. When you stop viewing your history as a series of errors and start seeing it as a masterclass, you finally begin to live with purpose. The smudges and shadows of your life give you depth. Without them, you would be a flat, uninteresting character in the story of the world. A tree does not complain about the winter or the storms. It uses the resistance to grow deeper roots and a thicker, stronger bark. Everything you have experienced was the necessary price of admission to this very moment of awareness. Pay it with a grateful and open heart. Clarity often comes after the longest periods of confusion. The fog of the past eventually clears to reveal the beautiful terrain of your destiny. Wake up to the truth that your life is not happening to you, but for you. Every event is a gift wrapped in a challenge. The past is a finished play. The present is the stage where you perform. Amor Fati gives you the courage to act your part well. Let the weight of the past go. Embrace the lightness that comes from knowing that everything has led you exactly where you need to be. Marcus Aurelius compared the human mind to a great fire. The stronger the flame, the more it consumes everything thrown into its burning heat. A small fire can be extinguished by a bucket of water, but a blazing furnace turns that same water into steam and more power. In the same way, your obstacles are merely the fuel. When you possess a strong spirit, every setback becomes the energy that drives you forward. This is the philosophy of the fire and the steel. It is about becoming the kind of person who is strengthened by the very flames. When you face the fear of illness or the stress of financial ruin, Amor Fati teaches you, this is not a tragedy, but a test. To endure hardship with a noble spirit is not just a virtue, It is the highest form of human happiness and personal achievement today. Think of adversity as a strict but brilliant coach. Instead of complaining about the difficulty, ask, what virtue is this challenge helping me train? Is it patience? Is it courage? Is it resourcefulness? Every problem is a customized training program designed by fate to make you truly invincible. We often waste energy wishing things were different. But the Amor Fati practitioner uses that same energy to master the situation at hand right now. It is about finding the still point in the middle of the storm. It is the sovereignty of the soul over all external circumstances today. Resistance is the very thing that builds strength. Without the weight of the world, our inner muscles would eventually wither away into nothingness. Be like the lighthouse. The storm does not change your purpose. It only gives you a greater reason to shine your light more brightly. Fate is the whetstone that sharpens your character. The friction may be painful, but it is the only way to become a truly useful blade. Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, rather, wish for things to happen as they do happen, and you will go on well. We control the effort, not the outcome. Amor Fati allows us to focus entirely on the shot, regardless of where the arrow finally lands today. To love your fate is to be a willing sailor on the sea of existence, trusting that the winds will take you where you belong. True power is not being able to change the world, but being able to change how you perceive the world and your place within it. The obstacle is the path. When you embrace the difficulty, the struggle itself becomes a source of profound meaning and deep, lasting satisfaction for you. Even in conflict, Amor Fati teaches us to see the other person as a necessary part of our growth, a mirror reflecting our own reactions. Rise above the petty grievances of daily life. From a higher perspective, every problem is just a small detail in a much larger, grander design. Order is not the absence of chaos, but the mastery of it. Amor Fati is the mental order we impose on a chaotic universe today. You are a part of the whole. To love your destiny is to love the universe itself, acknowledging that you belong to this grand system. In Japan, the art of Kintsugi involves repairing broken pottery with gold. The philosophy is that breakage makes the object more beautiful and more valuable. This is the ultimate vision for your future. When you apply Amor Fati to your life, you are essentially performing Kintsugi on your own broken soul. You no longer fear the coming years. Whether it brings retirement, solitude, or physical change, you know you have the gold to mend any crack. In your relationships, you find a new kind of freedom. You stop judging others for their flaws because you have learned to love your own destiny. Loving your fate means loving both the rainy days and the sunny ones. It is the end of the war between expectation and cold reality. Amor Fati becomes your internal compass. No matter where life tosses you, your needle always points toward acceptance, love, and growth-oriented action in time. The struggle of the cocoon was not a mistake. It was the necessary pressure required to pump life into the butterfly's wings for flight today. Your life is a masterpiece in progress. What currently looks like a mess of random strokes is actually part of a much larger, beautiful composition. Time is the canvas of destiny. When you love your fate, you stop trying to rush the clock and start savoring the texture of every second. The gold in your cracks attracts others who are also seeking to live authentically. Your resilience becomes a beacon of hope for everyone around you. There is a strange, beautiful freedom in letting go of the need for permanence. You embrace the flow, knowing that your essence remains completely unchanged. You begin to plant seeds for a future you may never see. Not out of obligation, but out of a deep love for the process itself. Your story is woven into the story of humanity. By loving your fate, you contribute a thread of strength and beauty to the collective fabric. Peace is not found in a better future, but in a better relationship with the present. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. Open the windows of your soul to destiny. Let the wind of fate blow through you, trusting that it only carries what you truly need. Do not merely accept your life. Do not just tolerate your path. Love it with every fiber of your being, for it is your only life. Each breath is a reaffirmation of your commitment to existence. Each heartbeat is a drum pulse in the grand symphony of your personal freedom today. Every crack was a lesson, and every pain was a bridge to a deeper understanding. When you stop complaining, you finally start living with power. To embrace everything that happens is the ultimate act of courage. It is the moment you reclaim your power from the hands of chance. Let Amor Fati be your guiding star through the darkest nights and the brightest days. It is the secret to an unbreakable, joyful spirit today. Thank you for joining us in this moment of stillness. May you find the gold in your cracks and the love for your own destiny. Carry this wisdom with you into the world. Your fate is not a burden to carry, but a masterpiece to be created and loved. Amor Fati, love your fate, for it is your life. May you walk your path with a courageous heart and an ever peaceful love.